What ridiculous dress code about feet made HR take my side immediately? So I'm sitting in HR and my manager Denise slides this paper across the table. Sign this or security escorts you out. I look down at what she wrote. She's firing me for inappropriate ankle exposure and sexualized footwear choices. I almost laughed until I saw security actually standing outside. She was dead serious. This insanity started when our office AC broke in June. It hit 85 degrees every day, but management refused to fix it. So I wore ankle pants to survive the heat. Just professional cropped pants from Target. My manager Denise had just gotten promoted and suddenly she was everyone's problem. First, she told me my typing sounded aggressive. Like, how does typing sound aggressive? Then she said taking lunch at exactly noon showed defiant behavior patterns. I literally just ate when I was hungry, but when she saw my ankles, that's when she really lost it. She called me into her office and said, "We need to discuss your exposure situation." I honestly thought someone had died. "Nope, your ankles are showing," she said, like I'd committed a crime. The next week, I wore open-toed flats because my feet were suffocating in the heat. Denise stared at my toes and actually said, "This sexualized footwear is creating a hostile work environment." I asked who complained. "That's confidential," she said, scribbling in her notebook. Then things got creepy. She started taking photos of my ankles when she thought I wasn't looking. I caught her once and asked what she was doing. "Gathering evidence," she said. Evidence for ankles. Denise called an all-hands meeting about workplace standards. She presented a PowerPoint with photos of ankles marked with red X's through them. My stomach dropped. She was showing my body parts to everyone. "Some people," she said, clicking through slides, "think they're above professional boundaries." The room went dead silent. Everyone was staring at me. It was humiliating. Then came the formal HR complaint. Denise walked into HR with this color-coded binder like she was prosecuting a murder case. Inside were dated photos labeled Monday's violation, Tuesday's violation, Wednesday's violation. She'd been stalking my ankles for weeks. "She's been warned verbally and in writing." Denise lied straight to HR's face. "This is deliberate defiance." Then she said something that made my blood boil. "She's using her body to seduce clients and coworkers. This sexualized display is calculated manipulation." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "We don't even have clients on our floor. We're accountants. Multiple men have complained they can't focus." She continued. That was a complete lie. Nobody had complained about anything. HR looked uncomfortable but said they had to take harassment claims seriously. Denise pulled out this contract demanding I wear full-length pants and closed shoes forever, regardless of temperature. "Sign this or you're terminated today," she said with a smug smile. "I'm protecting our workplace from predatory behavior." Predatory. She called my ankles predatory. "Security is waiting outside," she said, tapping her watch. "You have 2 minutes to decide." My hands were shaking, but I'd been preparing for this. I reached for my folder. "Before security gets involved," I said, trying to keep my voice steady, "can someone show me where ankles are mentioned in the handbook?" Dead silence. I opened the employee handbook and read the dress code out loud. Business casual. No offensive images. Closed-toe shoes in warehouse only. "Where's the ankle rule?" I asked. Denise's eyes started twitching. "It's about maintaining standards," she snapped. The HR director finally looked interested. I pulled out my phone with the temperature logs I'd been screenshotting. 8 weeks of 85-degree readings. "Here's maintenance confirming repairs aren't budgeted." Then I showed him printed emails. "Here's Denise asking coworkers if my ankles make them uncomfortable. Look at their responses." Every single person said they had no idea what she was talking about. Denise's face went red. "They're lying," she said. The HR director's eyebrows shot up. I wasn't done. "She's photographed my body parts without consent. She's created fictional policies." But wait, there's more. I pulled out the company newsletter from last summer. Front page story about employee appreciation. There was Denise before her promotion, wearing capri pants and sandals at the company picnic. "Those look like ankles to me," I said. The HR director stared at the photo, then at Denise. "You wore sandals?" Denise's mouth opened and closed like a fish. Nothing came out. He grabbed her binder and the disciplinary paper and dropped both in the trash. "This is the most unprofessional thing I've seen in 20 years. I started standing up thinking he meant me, not you," he said, looking at Denise. "Making up rules? False harassment claims?" Security escorted her out immediately.